Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then hi! I have made a thing and added to a thing. Well, I say made a thing. My husband decided to surprise me with a gnome on a froggy woggy. And I was like, I gotta paint the heck out of this thing. I love it. But please stay to the end where the pictures are, because I don't just paint him, I add rubbish to him. I kind of make him a little steampunky, and I just think he's adorable. I really do. I mean, look at it. He's sat riding a frog. It's so cool. I'm sad, I know. I can't help it. I really do love him. Now, I'm using a deep green. I would tell you the names of these greens, but guess who's forgot? That would be me. So, I have, I think, 3 different greens that I'm going to be using. A dark, a mid-green, and a very light green. The light green is my absolute favourite green of all greens. It's very Grinch green. I love it. I'm a bit sad, but I can't help it. I like green. That green. Not particularly these greens, but I do like greens. Excuse me. It's very hot here, very dry. And I've given the frog a name. His name's Thistlegear. And that's because he's steampunky and he's going to have lots of steampunky stuff. I don't actually put him any gears on now, which I really should have done. Maybe next time. I think I might do a whole little thing around this, around the gnome and the frog. So Thistlegear's a frog, and the gnome, I haven't decided on a name for the gnome yet, but I'm deciding he is the guardian of the garden. Now, he's there to keep the bugs away from the pretty flowers. So he has a water gun. He also has the ability to water plants that are drying out because it's too hot. So I also think that maybe not a gnome, maybe he's a little troll. I think I like him as a troll. Maybe I should put some fur on his toes and make him a bit more troll-like. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. But I was thinking maybe I could do a little house for him, a little seating area, make a proper diorama. I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments, because I absolutely think he's great. The frog is so derpy. I'm going to say troll, the guardian, he's just adorable. I will have to see if I can find this troll gnome guy separately. Oh no, I can't make a model of him now. I've varnished him. He's all done and finished. And it would be really difficult with all the stuff that's on it now. So yeah, I'm going to have to find that 3D print of that guy and see if I can make a model of him. So, Thistlegear is one of the troll's animals that he uses to ride on. And I think we'll call it Mushroom Valley. He lives in Mushroom Valley, that's it. Lives in Mushroom Valley, and he's got several things to ride on. I'm thinking of doing a hedgehog. I think Mr. Hedgehog is going to have a different name. I think he's going to have a name like Balthazar. And the reason I'm calling him Balthazar, I don't know if anybody saw recently, but if you ever got into Charmed or Nip Tuck or Home and Away or Fantastic Four. My favourite actor out of those has passed away. I was gutted. Now, I'm not going to say his name because for some reason my mouth will not say it right, so I'm not going to do him a disservice. But he played Cole and Balthazar in Charmed, so I'm calling him Balthazar the Hedgehog when I make one. I think I might actually make the frog rather than 3D print it. I don't know. I haven't decided if I can. Well, I don't even know if I can find it on a 3D print site. So we'll have to see. And well, if you actually want to see a whole series of creatures and scenery, I'm really getting back into doing the bits and bobs. I mean, it was doing the circus that it was like, oh, I miss doing this. And then getting the oven, that were like, oh, I don't have to keep forgetting that I'm cooking it. Great. So yeah, I want to do more, and I want to do more trashy stuff. If you grew up with the Wombles, this guy's a bit like a Womble. He collects all the rubbish, makes something from it, and then Bob's your uncle. He takes a ordinary frog, turns him into a horse of sorts, and sticks on machinery made out of rubbish to help the environment. So it's a win-win. He's helping the environment and he's collecting all the rubbish. That's to say thank you to all my members. You're all absolutely fantastic. It's not a necessity to join, but I do appreciate it hugely. If you can't, then liking and subscribing and commenting is free and it helps me out so much. It really does. This is a ribbon cartridge. I have a box of what I call crap. That is a toy. The pink thing. It had a toy in it and I can't remember what the toy was. And you can see I'm using super glue on my new mat. Yes, I forgot myself. And yeah, did I get it on the mat? Yes, I did. But did I figure out how to get it off? I did. I used acetone and just wet a rag, laid it on top and left it. Wow, it stunk. Nice. I like stinky. This is a bit of old 3D print. They call them trees that hold your stuff up. So I thought that would be great as a chimney. And there's a white little pot there that had some little nail art in. And I thought, I've got to use these at some point. So that's in the trash box and all. I've got bits of 3D print, I've got pipes, I've got very brittle 3D filament, that's that long line there. I don't know where that pipe came from with the nozzle on. I have no idea. But I'm like a squirrel. If I see something I think I can use in my trash box, it goes. I now have 3 trash boxes and lots of cardboard. So watch this space. There's going to be lots of trash talk. Get it? No. Okay, that weren't funny. I'm painting it yellow, and then I decide I don't like yellow. So then I paint it brown, and then I decide I don't like it brown. So I paint over the top of that. So this thing's had 3 different colours on it. But look, it's got a window. Do you think you can guess what I'm going to make? Because I was like, steampunk. Yeah, this has got to be. Ta-da! And yes, you'll see it in a minute. If you see that net in there, you'll see me prattling about with it for a minute or so, and then I decide against it. So yeah, that doesn't get used. I couldn't think what to use it for. It didn't kind of fit in. So I didn't use it. I left it to one side. Now, to look at it all, it looks like absolute trash. It looks like rubbish. What the hell am I going to do with this? But you know, once I've got the paint on it, I like this. And hubby's like, that's good. I like that. He doesn't say much, but when he says something, he means it. So I'm like, ah. And the domed glass, well, it's not glass, it's plastic, but the domed bit I really liked, because what I do inside, it makes it stand out a little bit more, and it also makes it look like it's supposed to. I'm obviously getting paint everywhere because that's just me, but it's going to be a clock, a pocket watch. And I'm also going to use some little bits of resin that I just chuck into my crap bag. There's a lot in it. I need to really sort through them. I mean, not everything in it's crap. It's just some like hearts that I don't know what to do with, cat skulls that I don't know what to do with. But everything will come in useful eventually. I hope. If not, I'll have to think of a big project and dump off on it in it. Save me wasting it. But this all looks very flat, very boring at the minute. But once I paint it, it looks mint. Oh, and I also use a bit of that black plastic just to make a handle on the top. And he's going to sit there, looking pretty. But I'll paint it again once it's on. The frog is painted and finished. Did I finish the eye? Good God, I can't remember now. Did I finish the eyes? I'm watching this, doing my voiceover, and I cannot remember already. Is that eye done? I think it is done. Yes, it's done, because I can see dots. Oh, I'm blind as a bat. But I'm trying to find this bit that's not too brittle, because if you noticed, it was snappy. So I want to bend it for a handle. And super glue is my friend. It's not a friend to my skin, but it is my friend. I still haven't picked up some of that stuff that Nikki uses, Gert uses, Monkey Man. I really need to get around to that. I want something a little bit faster, because by the time I've done faffing about with this, I end up having to put more glue on, because I can't get hold on it. So I use tweezers, rub it in a bit of that glue. It's still not quite there, but it does hold it for a second, so I'll put a little bit more super glue on just to make sure. And I'll also show you a little trick. Now, right now, I can't remember the guy's name, but I will link his channel in the description. And it's a little trick he's taught me. Well, he's taught everybody, but yeah, it works an absolute treat. And it makes it look like there's rust on your pieces. Oh, it's fantastic. And it's simple, really simple. And obviously I dropped that because my hands are playing silly beggars. And it's just a little bit of black filament that's been wasted, and I'm going to use that as a button. You can't really see it because of what I put on the back, but I know it's there. That way it looks how it's supposed to. Now this is going to be the tank? Boiler, that's it. Now, I did realise afterwards that this one, I'm supposed to be doing it so it heats up the water. So now I'm thinking, oh heck, you can't water plants with hot water. So this machine is to clean. I've decided this one's going to be a cleaner. Not like the one from Labyrinth. It doesn't spin. But yeah. So this one cleans up stones. You know, when silly little teenagers or kids decide to spray paint rocks, he's there to clean them. So he's very nature conscious. Like I said, he's the guardian of the forest. Or garden. I say guardian of the forest. Yeah, we'll have that one. I'm going to have to make up a whole story for this guy. I love this. It's really piqued my interest. And I've already thought of a little machine that flies and stuff like that. I need to actually write them down before I forget about them. And this piece, oh my god, it would be in a right pain in the bum. And it's because I haven't scuffed the plastic. If I'd have scuffed the plastic, it would have stuck properly. But I just was going for it. I wasn't thinking, just playing. And eventually it'll stick because I put some of the magic on. And when I say magic, it is magic. I love it. And it's so simple and it's so cheap. And I like cheap because I'm skint. But I think it's, what, about 80 something p from Aldi or Lidl. And I'm assuming everybody can get it from wherever they buy their stuff. So, and I'll show you as soon as I've stopped faffing with this piece of plastic. Because now I'm making buttons. And it's just little pieces of plastic, different sizes, just so I don't waste the plastic. Whatever I didn't use has all gone back into my trash box. And it's got all bits of cardboard and little boxes, little plastic things. I've also got a box full of Kinder toys that I plan on using in something. I need to make some moulds of them, I think, so I don't waste them. Because I'm a bit of a Kinder toy fanatic. Well, the old Kinder toys, the new ones are absolutely dire. Do you remember the days when you used to get hippos, baby hippos and baby turtles? I've got loads. Baby lions. Did like the cars, loved the cars. You know, I was never a fan of the chocolate. Nope, not at all. Now this is the bottom of an R2-D2, I think. A failed R2-D2. So I'm using it as the barrel of my water gun. And this will be the actual directional nozzle. There we go. I'll say that. Make it make more sense. Because the big one is to clean off what's left. And the little one is to be more direct to where it needs to point. So all he has to do is just grab his nozzle off the machine and point. And job's a good one. And I'm sure I've said that already. I think I have, I don't know. I'm waffling a lot today. But I really did like doing this. I really enjoyed it. I really could do with getting some sort of rub and buff or, I don't know, something that will make things a little bit more metallic. I mean, I did do a bit of like a patina. I want to say patina. I know it's wrong, but it's the word that gets stuck in my head. Now, this was being tricky. It was really not wanting to stay on. And it was at this point, I think, that I remembered the trick. Because it was driving me up the wall. It kept popping off. I could feel it under my fingers. But eventually, with the trick, it works. And I am so grateful to watching, I want to say Dan Makes It, or Dan Makes. But I think that might be his brother. Oh, I can't remember. I really am sorry if you actually see me tag you in this. I do apologise. They do some fantastic robots and stuff. Awesome stuff. And it's all mainly made out of rubbish. It's just, oh, I'm amazed. And that's right up my street. I like to make stuff out of rubbish. So yeah, I'm playing with this now. Yeah. I don't even know why I've got this bit in. You see me do that. I ended up trying to make a net bag out of it and I just thought, nope, give up. And here's the trick. You put on your super glue and then you stick on your bicarb. And in some places I doubled it up. So glue, bicarb, glue, bicarb. And it looks ace when you paint over the top. And everything stays in one place. There's no popping off because the plastic don't like being stuck to super glue. Or the rubber tube hates being stuck to plastic. So now everything's stuck down lovely. and the texture is just, it's amazing. I love it. I have got to do more. Like I said, I'm going to put his channel in the description. I'm sure it's either Dan or his brother. Is it Bill? Is it Bill and Dan? Oh, good God, I don't know. But anyway, you're not going to see me paint all this because you've already watched me paint the frog. So please check out the photos at the end because it looks brilliant. And I'm going to varnish it too. So I'm going to say thank you so much for watching, subscribing, liking, commenting. You're all absolutely wonderful. And I shall see you in the next one. Thank you so much for being here. Bye bye.
In a world of shadows, light does sing. Goth unicorn with a blackened wing. Happy she dances under